What's going on, YouTube? Today I have a 4th gen Diamond Pearl Platinum Heart Gold Soul Silver battle with HarrHarr133. So yeah, this is my first, well, it's actually 2 battles, so yeah, he starts out with an Aerodactyls, I start out with a Fortress, and he goes for a taunt predicting my spikes, but I just go for a rapid spin just in case he either wanted to go for Stealth Rocks and basically just to break his sash. Now I'm predicting a switch into something like Heatran, so I do go into my Machamp and predicting some sort of switch. I was hoping into a flying type, but Starmie isn't too bad either. I go for a Stone Edge. It's a 3-hit KO, but I don't want to stay in against a Starmie because I don't really have anything good to hit it. So I do go into my Blissey, and he takes the Psychic like a champ, because you know what, Blissey's pro, especially in 4th gen, without Psycho Shock and the real Conkeldurr and less fighting type moves and whatever. So anyways, he's gonna go into his Hitmonlee, which was like, what? What's Hitmonlee doing in OU? But yeah, he says he likes using some of his favorite Pokemon in OU, so that's cool. He gets Limber when I go for Thunder Wave, so it helped him there. And anyways, he's gonna go for a close combat, and I just go into Fortress to take the close combat. Does a lot actually, but that's not too bad because I could take 2 more. And so he's going to go for a Blaze Kick and miss, but I did not predict that at all. So I just went for a layer of spikes, and like I said, he missed, so that was lucky on my part. So I'm gonna go into Heatran, predicting another Blaze Kick, and he misses a second time with that. And then I go into Gengar, and he goes for the close combat, and that doesn't affect Gengar. So now predicting the Sucker Punch, I'm going to go for a substitute, and made that prediction like a pro. So I'm just going to go for Shadow Ball here. Obviously I don't want to risk going for some sort of inaccurate move, and he just barely survives with 1 HP. And then he actually misses another Blaze Kick. So he missed 3 Blaze Kicks, and I feel really bad for him right now. So he decides to switch out because he could Rapid Spin later, or he thinks he can. So I just go for Shadow Ball on the switch. I know Heatran, something, he'd probably switch into something like that, but I don't want to overpredict. And obviously this is a Scarf Heatran, which is fine. I'm behind a sub, so it doesn't do anything. And I go for a Focus Blast, and despite all odds against me, that 1% chance, Focus Blast hits. So that's good. And that Heatran's taken down by a Gengar. So that's a major threat, Adley. Those things with Scarfs are so good. So he's going to go into his Starmie, and I think I could probably take it out, but you know what? I'm not going to chance anything. I'm just going to go out into Blissey and make my life easy. You could take Psychics, Thunderbolts, Surfs, Hydro Pumps all day and just heal back up. So here I think I go for, well, he goes for a Rapid Spin, and that was a good play on his part because now his Hitmonlee can get another switch in. I go for the Thunder Wave here, predicting him to switch again, but like I said, he makes a good play, so that's fine. He gets a natural cure when he switches, and that's not bad for him. So anyways, he's going to switch now. Oh yeah, and I'm going to point out that even though the foe's name is Robert, it's definitely not me. It is someone I found on a Zat chat. So like I said, on the switch, I'm going to go for a Seismic Toss, and now I'm going to switch out. And I'm going to go into my Fortress, because I know I can essentially wall this thing, because none of its physical moves will do that much. It's one of the suicide lead ones. So yeah. I wish I kind of got the Thunder Wave off on it, but that's whatever. Now he goes into Zapdos, and I just go for Spikes to kill the Hitmonlee in the next switch in. And that's good, because I don't have to worry about a Sucker Punch. And so now I'm switching out, because I don't know what this thing's going to do. Probably Heat Wave. I should have sent in Heatran here, but just in case, I didn't want to. And I knew that Blissey could absorb any hit from this thing, so anyways, he's going to send in his Shaman, which is interesting, I guess. And I'm going to go for the S-Toss, because you know what? That's probably the best play on a switch now, because I know he's going to predict the Thunder Wave. So now he's going to go for the Leech Seed. I thought he would go for something else. Maybe the sub, I don't know. I didn't think he'd Well, maybe, I guess he could have gone for the leech seed. That's pretty viable. It kind of escaped me at the time, but that's fine. Doesn't really matter that much. So he's going to get back to about the place where he was before, and I know I have to switch out. So he makes an amazing prediction here and goes for the Earth Power, predicting my Heatran to go in. And, yeah, it's a good prediction. That was his play of the game right there. So my Heatran goes down due to that Earth Power, and he has Life Orb. So I'm going to go into Gengar now, and I'm going to use a sub, hoping that whatever hidden power he has does not break the sub. But unfortunately, with Life Orb and stuff, it's probably hidden power of fire. But with Life Orb and stuff, it's going to break my sub. So I don't think it would KO at this range, but it takes out the sub. So I just go out for the hidden power. It's fire, so yeah, that's whatever. And yeah, so Shaman goes down. That's good. And yeah, I have Gengar here. He's looking pretty good. So he sends in his Starmie. So here he goes for the Rapid Spin, predicting me to go into Blissey. But you know what? I'm pro, so I just go for the Shadow Ball. I knew he was going to do that. So yeah, that was good play by my part. And now he's going to switch into Zapdos. And he's actually going to run here because he said he didn't have anything to counter Blissey. And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to waste the time. So that was still a pretty decent game, at least for that, in terms of predictions. Now he's like, yo, dude, we gotta have a rematch. I bet I can beat you this time. So yeah, we do have a rematch, and yeah. So here's the next battle we had. He's gonna start out with Shaman. It's probably the same one from before. And I start out with Swampert, but that's not a good matchup for me, so I go into Caesar. What? Now he goes for a Leech Seed, and that's a good play for a switch. I probably could have predicted that and stayed in, but yeah, it's not worth the risk. So now I'm going to switch out, and I go into Rotom, and Pokegen messed up this Rotom, and it was supposed to be a Rotom cut, and that's kind of bad. But this thing does some good work in this match. I was pretty amazed by the fact that it actually did work. Yeah, this thing came in handy. So this thing's Choice Scarfed, and despite the fact that it only has 3 moves, and Leaf Storm was magically removed, and so was the cut form part of this, it actually is able to 2-hit KO this Infernape, probably because it's a mix, maybe like a naive minus special defense nature, I would guess. So wow, Rotom original form, UU Poke actually took out an Infernape and is doing work in this match. So anyways, he goes out into his Swellow, which is obviously Toxic Orb Facade set. I really don't know why he protected there, because I had nothing to hit him with. I don't think he realized that I was Scarfed yet. So, anyways, I'm Scarfed with Heatran as well, because I love running dual Scarfs on teams. Works really well for me. And I go for a Fire Blast to try to cook that turkey. And yeah, it's ready for Thanksgiving now, because that thing got cooked by a Fire Blast. So anyways, he sends in his Sharpedo, and that's not a great matchup for me, so I'm going to go out into Swampert. And Swampert eats that Waterfall for breakfast because he's a monster, especially in 4th gen. And I actually asked this guy why he used Sharpedo. He's like, once again, like the Hitmonlee, he's like, yeah, I like Sharpedo, you know, he's a good poke for me, he's one of my favorites. So yep, that's what he said. I can respect that, I guess. So I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks here because I know those are going to be helpful in the long run. And here he has an Azelf, and I wasn't sure what to expect. I thought he'd probably be a physical variant, and I could stay in. But he ends up going for the Energy Ball, and that shows that he's either mixed or he's all special. And that's going to hurt Swampert, and he's going to die to an early death. So I don't think that, yeah, that crit didn't matter. So there's no way that it would have mattered. I'm going to go back into Rotom, the one that should have been cut form that Pokegen somehow messed up on. And it said it was cut form in Pokegen, so I was pretty upset. You know, the one with Leaf Storm. So I was going to go for Leaf Storm in the switch, but obviously I couldn't, so I just went for the Shape Shadow Ball, just in case he decided to stay in. And does so-so damage to Sharpedo. I mean, what do you expect from the original Rotom form? It's not really all that powerful or defensive, so that's whatever, I guess. I'm going to go into Gyarados because I'm a Dragon Dancer and I know I can force him out. And I get the Intimidate off, or the Intimidate off. So I know his crunch won't do much, and that's the best he can do to me. So I know he's going to switch here, and I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance on the switch. He decides to go into Shaman, which is not a terrible play for me, because he doesn't have any super effective moves. I don't have anything that could hit him too hard either, which is not good, but... yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is not too good, but I know that a Stone Edge could 2-hit KO. So I hit the first Stone Edge, which is good. And I'm thinking after his Life Orb recoil, I definitely could take him out for the next one, with the next one. So he goes for a Seed Flare, which is expected. It's neutral, and I knew I could live 1, and that's fine. So now this turn, do I hit the Stone Edge? Nope. I missed the second Stone Edge and fail to KO this stupid Shaman. So he goes for Seed Flare and takes Gyarados out, and that was almost a wasted sweep, but that's okay, because now I can send in Caesar to revenge kill with the Bullet Punch, and he does. You know, I thought he probably could have sent in something like his Metagross or whatever he has on his team. Spoilers, but he decided not to. I guess he just wanted to fodder it. I guess the Stealth Rocks probably would have KO'd him on entry anyways, so it's maybe whatever. So I'm going to go out and erode him here, because I'm not sure what to expect. I'm thinking the Earthquake, predicting him predicting Heatran, and he does. He predicts Heatran. So now I'm just going to go for the Thunderbolt this time. I probably should have went for the Shadow Ball, because I know he has stuff that's weak to Shadow Ball, and his Sharpedo would definitely have died to a Shadow Ball with that low of health. But hindsight being 20/20, well, what can you do? So I'm obviously went for the Thunderbolt. That took it out. Yeah, the Azolf is weak to Shadow Ball, and here I'm just obviously gonna go for a Thunderbolt, hoping to take this thing out. But unfortunately, because I didn't forget, but unfortunately because Pokegen messed up this whole thing with the Rotom, and that's why it's named Cut to Grass, messed it up, so its offenses or special attack is not as good. It doesn't take it out, so that's kind of bad. But I do get a double down with the Life Orb recoil, so that's not too bad either. I mean, Rotom did a pretty decent job, considering I didn't even want him in that form of Rotom with 3 moves on this team. So anyways, I'm just going to go into Heatran and revenge kill because he's Choice Scarf with a Fire Blast. And that's obviously going to cook that Metal Beast Metagross. And that is, well, I actually get a crit. That's just overkill at this point. So that's good game, HarrHarr133, or both games. So I did manage to defeat you in the rematch, but hey, we're going to have a battle again soon and see what you can do. So these are my first battles and 4th gen on this channel, so I figured they're kind of special and I'd upload them. He also said that he wanted them uploaded too, that I should upload both of them together. So yeah, that's whatever. And please subscribe if you like those videos. I got tons of 5th gen, I got some 3rd gen battles, and now I'm starting 4th gen battles and all that stuff. So take care, people.